The game room was silent. In a room where more than 10,000 people were watching, none typed anything. Everyone was staring at their screen. It was not because the duel was so wonderful, but because it was not at all. A person's speed had been completely overwhelmed by the other person. Even one with high myopia without glasses could tell, there was no twists and turns in this game. Everyone had a blank look on their faces, with their eyes and mouths both wide open. Ji Yunran's lips were also O-shaped. Watching the holographic image of the game, she was so stunned that her pupils enlarged. In the office building, Liu Jianguo was also stupefied. He almost could not believe his eyes. And Zhao Lianhua did not even realize that his burning cigarette had fallen on his pants. Zhao Lianhua did not even feel that, and kept gazing at the two hands. In the holographic image, Li Zhe, Liu Ke and Wang Long were all stunned. A huge gap in strength was demonstrated by these two hands. Li Yufeng's hand had a speed and flexibility that were amazing to begin with. But in front of the other hand, Li Yufeng's hand suddenly looked a bit clumsy. And this feeling was just incredible, because this was Li Yufeng, hey, best player on campus, who had a nickname, Dreamy Right Hand. How could his hand look clumsy? It was hard for the viewer to believe their own judgment. But in contrast to the other hand, Li Yufeng's hand did look clumsy. It was originally not the case, but the strong contrast had made people feel this way. It was not because Li Yufeng's hand was clumsy, but because the other hand was too fast and too flexible. At this time, people came to realize this fact and looked to the other hand. Slender but strong, this was an attractive hand. In addition to that, people could not tell anything else from the image. How they wanted to see the owner of the hand. But in Hand of God, all they could see was the hand and wrist. There was no way they could tell who he was. Total silence. Although the result was clear, many refused to believe that Li Yufeng would be beaten like this. That was Li Yufeng. Li Yufeng concentrated on his hand and raised its speed to his limit, constantly hitting the spots. At least I will beat him by 5 points, Li Yufeng thought proudly. He knew Ji Yunran was certainly watching this game, and he was glad to show off his strength in front of her. Although Ji Yunran had not given any response to his pursuit, and was even deliberately keeping distance from him, he had never given up and believed that with his ability and conditions, he must have a opportunity to make her his. And this was a very good opportunity. He knew Ji Yunran was mad at that ID. If he could beat this person to make him change his ID and apologize to her, she would be at least grateful to him. And this was enough. Li Yufeng had enough time and patience. Many a little make a mickle. He believed that sooner or later he could make Ji Yunran fall in love with him. But now, first he needed to beat this despicable and shameless bastard. To approach his goddess, Li Yufeng was hitting the spots with all he had, thinking that if he went faster and raised the difference to 6 or 7 points, then the effect might be even better. But when Li Yufeng was reaching for a spot again, all spots suddenly disappeared. Is it a server failure? Why did all the spots disappear? Li Yufeng hesitated. With his rich experience, he knew that the 100 spots were not up yet. And there could be no other explanation to their disappearance than a technical failure. But when he looked up, he was suddenly stunned. In front of him, the holographic image said, "Game over," and his score was also fixed at 80. He turned his eyes and looked at his opponent's score. 100 points. Li Yufeng could not move. He could not believe that he had been beaten by 20 points. He could not believe this. Nor could anyone who knew Li Yufeng and his skills at this game. Everyone looked blankly at that score, and no one made a sound. What Hussein said just now was interesting when they were thinking back. It is too easy to beat you, so no strings attached this time. Just leave my Yanran alone in the future. At that time, they all felt it was pure insolence. But now thinking back, it was just honesty. Another 20, Lise snapped to attention and said with a wry smile. His remark reminded Liu Ke and Wang Long, making their shocking expression even more twisted. Their mouths were so wide open that they could fit a big duck egg. This number was so familiar, and what it represented was even more shocking. Yanran, your boyfriend is so fierce. Ku Lily just recovered from surprise and said to Ji Yanran, who was still staring at the score. Who is this person? Ji Yanran had now forgotten about her anger and shame, and simply wanted to find out who he was. 20 points. Whoever could beat Li Yufeng by 20 was absolutely top 10 in K Alliance. If she could invite him into Hand of God Society, Ji Yanran could imagine how much their ranking could be improved. Now she just wanted to find out who this person was, but she just did not know. Now her heart felt like it was scratched by a cat. She wanted to go and look for him, but paused as she had no idea where to look. Ouch! Quote. The cigarette burned through Chao Lianhua's pants, and brought him back from surprise. While he was stamping, a big hole was left on his pants. I must have this person in Hand of God Society, Liu Jianghu looked at the score and yelled excitedly. He knew what this score meant. It was a score that would make Black Hawk Saw in Hand of God contest. Go get this person and make him join us, Liu Jianghu said to Chao Lianhua.